My favorite medium is this like golden matte medium. I just like this. I think you can use many different products. But here we go. I have brushes, and I know people talk about fancy brushes and how they make such a difference, but I struggle using fancy brushes because sometimes the gold's medium, even when I do clean it out, it has a tendency to eventually wear on the brushes. And let me see if I can find one that has been worn. I know I have one here. Of course, now that I'm looking for it, it's not here. You can see right here, this one's been worn just a little bit. Here's another one that's really struggling. It's really been worn. Anyway, so I'm just simply going to apply this. Oh, that damn clock. Anybody who knows my crazy clock, it's usually in the tea time videos, which, by the way, if you're enjoying those, please feel free to share them. Okay, so you can see my process isn't like terribly dignified. I just kind of start and I know that this neck right here will need to be shaped more, and I'll end up coming in with maybe a different color. But right now I'm just kind of shaping what I need. And I'm just adding this layers. And so like you can see right here, it's kind of a crazy cut. It's a layered effect. I'm gonna use this up here. This is kind of freeing for me when I'm adding these on, because even though I have a little bit of a template, I can cut kind of random shapes, and it doesn't have to be like terribly precise. Again, here we go with this little leg. Oh, this could be used to cut just a little bit. Let's see. Again, I just really want an illusion of what I'm trying to aim for. And then later on when I paint it, you know, we'll clean it up. Oh, got a little fun bun here. We'll use that up here. There we go. Pull it up just a hair. And again, like I said, we're gonna go back and we're gonna detail it. But this is a really good, I'll put another little fun bun. That looks like, let's see, where can we put him? We're gonna put him right here. One thing I love about collaging is everybody does it a little bit different. And so I don't know necessarily if there is a right way or a wrong way, but ooh, let's see. I like that little fun bun right there. So I'm gonna like add him right there. And you can see I am just using that page of scenery that you saw before. By the time I get done with this, you probably won't see, oh goodness, probably won't see as much floral as you see at this point. Okay, so right there, we're gonna add. I kind of love this layering process because as you add more, the paper gets stronger. Sometimes you have this little buckling. Sometimes if I don't want the buckle, since I'm doing an animal, I kind of appreciate the buckle because it gives it some texture. But if you don't want the buckle, one way that I will do it, because I have I have not wanted buckles before. In the little paper, I will lay everything out first and then not coat it on top. But today feels, I don't know if that made sense. So a lot of times I will put the medium first, put the paper on, and then I will come back and add things on top. Okay, so this looks confusing in a way. Oh, there we go. It's sort of like, I'm not very good at puzzles, but I really love puzzles. And so sometimes when I'm collaging, it just kind of feels like a puzzle to me. Okay, now you can see I have a piece underneath here. So right here at the end, I will cut that off. I'll probably let it dry though first, just for the simple fact that I don't love cutting wet gluey paper. Okay, there we go, we got it down. So this part to me is super fun. So I don't find it hard. Again, I'm using, some people will jump around and use a bunch of different papers. And I don't know if it's the saver in me or if it's the fact that I just love a challenge. So like a lot of times, like here's that horn. The horn is actually lighter on a Saola. For my research, so I was able to, when I was looking at that, find those flowers that were a little bit lighter. Let's see. For me, you can see I kind of started an abstract idea behind him, and when I drew him out, I am hoping to come back with some more of this embroidery. I'm hoping to do more of a chain and some other things around it though. We'll see how it goes. This face I am struggling with because I'm trying to figure out if I want to come through his whole face or if I actually want to piece it together. Sometimes, I don't know, I suppose, I don't know, what are your thoughts? Sometimes I think you have to destroy something to build it back up. Other people might disagree. But we have an image of this, so if I get lost, I can come back and look at it. So right there, we're gonna apply that. I should have actually drawn out the picture in front of you. I'm sorry I didn't do that. I just got all excited. Again, we're just kind of playing with that idea. Oh, right here, we got a little, we can use that fun bun later. Okay, here we go. I actually like that little tip there. I think I had his nose originally too curved anyway. I've never actually seen a Saola. And I know they always say to do art that you know, and that is why you see a lot of fish and you see a lot of florals and you see a lot of kind of homey things. But sometimes I think that as artists, we need to live in the now, and part of our job is to explore. So even though I haven't seen a Saola, and I'm having to use actually quite a few different references because they are very different, I'm hoping to put my own spin on him and activating for the sweet little animal. Oh, look at here, that fun bun. Will that work there? Oh, pretty close, maybe up here. Again, like I said, I view collaging a bit like putting a puzzle together. Okay, nice. Sometimes pieces just want to go together. And then I got this sweet little ear. Oh, what color do I want that? I know some of them are lighter and some are darker. I think I'm actually going to bring this little piece of floral in. I think when I add some color and depth to it, I think it will really work. Okay, nice. I have to find a little fun bun here in a second. If you noticed, I always like to call my little strays fun buns because guess what? They're so fun to find. Okay, here we go. Uh-oh. Okay, when I collage, I use a lot on my fingers, which means my fingers get kind of gross. So you gotta kind of keep a paper towel there. I also like to keep a paper towel here, simply just to wipe my brushes off when they're pretty wet. Right now, I'm only using one brush though. Oh, look at here. I didn't put enough. I didn't put in quite enough on that, but you know what I love about paper is you can break it and then you can put it back together. And then that will be more secure later on. Okay, I'm gonna coat him. And I love matte medium. I really love the thickness of it. Okay, and you can see I have that leg not done. So we're gonna finish this leg and we're gonna finish this thigh over here. If you can see that thigh. So the funny thing about collaging for me is like I love it and I get obsessed with it. And then my crazies start talking to me and I have to put it away for a while because the paper scraps I just need a break from. But you can see that I try to keep it pretty clean. Sometimes there's a bubble. Like I said, I'm doing this a little bit differently. Normally I would glue it down, let it dry, and then put a coat on. But because it is an animal and because it has like deer-like fur from what the images I was observing, I kind of want that texture. I want those natural little folds, those little surprises. And then down here, we're gonna grab this. And, oh, perfect. We got these little scraps that will be absolutely awesome. Okay, look at that. That feels like a great, I think we could probably use those little fun buns somewhere. Let's flip that around. And that looks a little long. So it's a lot of playing. There we go. And really, I'm okay with that being a little bit longer because when I start to add some detail to him, I'll pull this line and make it a little thicker. And again, this is a perception and just like I'm not really worried about him being absolutely perfect. It's more along the lines that I just need him recognizable. You know, people will put their perceptions to it. And they'll be like, oh. Okay. And if you notice, I kind of cut him off. Some people might not like that. I kind of love doing stuff like that. I think it adds an element of interest. Okay, even though there's this little line here, I'm okay with that. And I say we have our step 1 done. Thanks for joining me.